Deciphering customer sentiment from feedback is one of the most controversial and elusive challenges in product development. Everyone knows it's important, but few can do it systematically without bias or delay. Today, I promise you'll learn how a deterministic, software-driven approach can transform this chaotic process into a clear, actionable science. Let's dive in. The problem in the product industry is that customer feedback is everywhere. Reviews, surveys, social media, support chats. At quarantadue.ai, every MCP workflow starts from the real tool interface, not from a generic prompt. The goal is simple. Keep the expert in control while the system structures the evidence. Inputs, reasoning, and outputs stay connected in one reviewable flow. Now the results become easier to compare, easier to review, and easier to explain. But it's unstructured and overwhelming. Product professionals traditionally rely on manual reading, which is slow, subjective, and doesn't scale. Or they turn to generic sentiment analysis tools, which often require heavy integration, provide delayed results, and act like black boxes with non-deterministic outcomes. This means you can't trust the consistency or timing of the insights, especially when you need real-time data for sprint planning or launch decisions. The real challenge is turning qualitative emotions into quantitative metrics you can act on. So, how do we solve this scientifically? The technical method behind AnalyzeSentiment isn't about vague AI. It's about deterministic natural language processing. We use predefined linguistic rules and statistical models trained specifically on product-related feedback. This means the analysis is consistent and repeatable every single time. Key concepts you need to understand are sentiment polarity, positive, negative, neutral, and emotional tone detection, which goes beyond simple thumbs up or down to gauge intensity and context. A common misconception is that all sentiment analysis is the same. Ours is built for product contexts, ignoring irrelevant noise and focusing on feedback that impacts product decisions. Now, let's look at the software solution. AnalyzeSentiment specifically ingests data from multiple channels you define, like Zendesk, App Store reviews, or Twitter. It establishes a baseline sentiment score for your product or feature. Then it calculates real-time deviations using our deterministic algorithm. Every analysis comes with a full audit trail, showing how each score was derived, which is crucial for compliance. You also get scenario modeling capabilities. You can ask what-if questions like how sentiment might change if you adjust a pricing page or add a new feature, and see projected outcomes based on historical data. Let me walk you through a hypothetical example. Imagine you've just launched a new dashboard feature. Feedback flows in from in-app surveys and community forums. With AnalyzeSentiment, you input this data. The software processes it and identifies that 70% of comments show a positive tone, 20% are neutral, and 10% are negative, with frustration around a specific setting. You can model a scenario where you clarify that setting's tutorial. The software shows a projected 5% shift from negative to positive sentiment. This gives you a measurable, data-backed insight without making any guarantees. On compliance and reporting, AnalyzeSentiment generates clear, stakeholder-ready reports automatically. These reports highlight key sentiment trends, top emotional drivers, and satisfaction scores over time. They're designed for readability so both technical and non-technical team members can understand the findings. The process aligns with data privacy regulations as all analysis is traceable and explainable, which is essential for audit purposes. To close, AnalyzeSentiment offers product teams instant, trustworthy sentiment insights, deterministic results you can rely on, and the ability to model decisions before you make them. This means faster, smarter product iterations and higher customer satisfaction.